Alright guys, Tactical here again today. One final dressing gown video for the Black Ops 4 season. eUnited have won the Call of Duty World Championship for 2019, becoming, I believe, another organisation, another different organisation to win the World Championship. No organisation has ever done it twice. Incredible story at the end of the day. Simp, Abizi, Astes, Priestahh and Priestahh walk away with the trophy. We're going to go through exactly how that happened, how some other teams fell short on the final day. Unbelievable tournament overall. Great fun to watch, good showcase for Call of Duty for sure, and a pretty emotional situation, of course, given next year we don't know what's going to happen. We may not even have any matches until January time. Those are some leaks that have come out over the last day or so, so I will obviously be going through a lot more post-champs content after it finishes, looking back at some of the teams that fell short, and looking back at some other storylines as well. Let me know if you guys are interested in any particular content, but yeah, we'll get into that over the coming days. So yeah, lucky if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. We're going to hop into here exactly how eUnited walked away with the trophy. The first series here, units ended up falling short to E6 at the end of the day. E6 had a surprisingly impressive run for these guys. Like, all of these guys go positive in the series, to be honest. Breezy knocks out the rest of the European guys. Breezy overall honestly has an unbelievable tournament rate. Like, he comes top 4 in the end. Just great stuff for Europe, I guess. Hopefully, we've had a relatively good result here for the European teams. Hopefully that'll keep people on the radar for franchising next season. But E6 relatively comfortably get the better of units here. They really shouldn't have lost that search and destroy should units there. I believe units are up 4-2, and then Joe like punched Nelson in the back somehow. Lost that round, even though Rated used a streak, and then they ended up losing all the rest of the rounds and lose the series, which you just hate to see. Reciprocity 100 Thieves, then the other side of the losers bracket. 100 Thieves continued their losers run. It was the same losers run they made as Envy all the way back in the Ghosts champs when they went down to losers round 1 and won 6 series in a row to make the grand finals. 100 Thieves do the same thing here on their way. They beat Reciprocity. Dylan had a solid series, but the rest of the guys kind of got crushed in the end, especially in those hard points. Not particularly close. 100 Thieves were playing out of their minds, to be honest. And yeah, Enable is just big chilling at a 0.75 KD. The rest of his guys absolutely demolishing. And when that's happening, when Octane's playing like that, I don't know what you're going to do about it. 100 Thieves were catching fire, looking at one of the very best teams in the game. Reciprocity go out top 6 at the end of the day. And then to follow that one up, 100 Thieves just demolished Enigma 6. Wasn't as well. It was a pretty comfortable victory, to be honest, for them. Once again, just some absolute lights out play from the likes of Octane. He tweeted out after the tournament was over, like, that was probably one of the best tournaments he's ever played in his entire life. Like, he was absolutely going off. If they didn't lose to LG in that very first round, who knows what could have happened here. We know how difficult it is to push all the way through the losers bracket, and they did almost manage to make it work, but we'll see exactly how that happened in a second. But yeah, E6 eventually lose to 100 Thieves. Incredible top 4 placing for them. Really a great story and a great run. GodRx is honestly one of the most talented players that I have seen on a team that isn't necessarily predicted to do so well. This guy is constantly mega frying, like every series I watch him in. Very, very impressed with him. Also some pretty standout performances from some other guys on this team over the weekends. Eventually you come up against 100 Thieves, what can you do? But still, impressive stuff from them, and hopefully we'll be able to see them in some fashion in the league next season. We don't know how it's going to go. 7 to 10 players per team apparently is what's going to be happening, which means a damn lot of substitutes, so potentially a lot of spots still on offer. Then, of course, eUnited OpTic Gaming, we had that winners bracket final, and this, of course, was going to be one of the biggest series of the day, and it turns out to be a very important one, because, of course, OpTic Gaming were coming in here not necessarily as favourites. I thought eUnited were maybe slight favourites going into this series, but it kind of felt too good to be true, right? It kind of felt too poetic that OpTic Gaming would win the first event of the season and then take down the World Championship as well. It seemed like all the stars were aligning right for OpTic Gaming, and especially after map number 1, OpTic decided to challenge eUnited on these frequency maps, which I thought was surprising, considering you're going up against Simp and Abizi, Priestahh on these frequency close quarters SMG maps, but it really paid off for the map 1. They completely crushed eUnited, and I was like, damn, like what is this? Because Scump and TJ just going off. Scump especially in that first hard point, and TJ had his moments as well. Khan was doing alright. Like, that was a key moment. But then the payload search and destroy was clearly the most important map of this series, because eUnited were up 3-1. OpTic brought it back to 5-3 in their favour, and then OpTic went on to lose it in a 6-5 fashion. And that's an unbelievably important clutch from eUnited to win those 3 rounds back to back, to tie up the series in absolutely enormously important. And then going into game 3 and game 4, OpTic just did not stand a chance. eUnited just hit another level. Once again, they hit that kind of level that they've been playing against like, they did it against Celtic, they did it against Units earlier, where you're like, damn, Celtic and Units are getting destroyed, they must be awful teams. But like, eUnited just hit that kind of performance level. They're all getting streaks, they're all, you know, going off each other, playing off each other so well. What are you even meant to do against that? OpTic get completely destroyed in map 4, they go down to losers, and again, at the end of the day, it's the same old story for OpTic, right? I talked about it in yesterday's video, how this could either be a Vegas tournament or a London tournament, because it went the same way pretty much for both of them. And at Vegas, they beat the eUnited at that time, which was Splice, I think, in the winners finals, and then went on to win the tournament. And at London, they lost a close series, and it happens again. They go down to losers, and of course, in losers, they're going to play against 100 Thieves, and we know how this ends, to be honest, when OpTic play 100 Thieves, especially with 100 Thieves so dominant running through losers bracket. Yeah, really not the best series for a couple of these guys on the final day, but at the end of the day, we just have to sit back for a second and say fair play OpTic Gaming for, you know, all the years, all, you know, what they've done for Call of Duty and the scene, especially how Call of Duty is now moving onwards to this franchise period. Would have been, I guess, poetic, as I say, for OpTic Gaming to end up winning it, but doesn't happen at the end of the day. And, you know, we've got to just respect what these guys have done for the game and see what is next in their careers, what is next for their team, and, you know, pretty much being the last tournament that OpTic Gaming will play under at least that branding. I don't know whether these players are going to want to play for the Immortals OpTic next season. That's, of course, topic for another day, but that's kind of why I tweeted about end of an era as OpTic Gaming went out of this tournament. Now, 100 Thieves did take them down. They go on to the grand finals. Slasher had an unbelievable series. He really likes to do that against OpTic, and had like a 1.7 KD almost to take them down. Once again, credit for these scoreboards to Camman, and I'll leave his links down below as always. So then, of course, moving on to the grand finals, we had eUnited 100 Thieves. It was all set up for a spectacular showing, because eUnited had run through the entire tournament without losing a series, I believe, which is impressive. But then again, 100 Thieves, having lost to LG, they had run through losers and won 6 series in a row, including OpTic Gaming and Reciprocity in the last couple of rounds. So impressive stuff. Map number 1 went as follows. eUnited won a comfortable hardpoint on Seaside, and I was like, you know, damn, 100 Thieves just got demolished. I mean, Priestahh had a bad map, and I think Priestahh is really 100 Thieves' X factor. He is a phenomenal player. When he's going off, like 100 Thieves are it's very tough to stop them. But when Simp and Abizi are playing like that, you can't have your SMG duo putting up these kind of numbers. They lose the map number 1. These are some other nice little scoreboards that Cam Allen's put together here. Head-to-head scores we see, like, for each of the individual hills. Points timeline was, look how gorgeous that is. You know, moving all through the hills. eUnited always in the lead, not really ever in too much doubt of losing it, so thought that was pretty damn cool. Then we go on to the map 2, of course, and this is an interesting one because eUnited go up early on 2-0. 100 Thieves then bring it back on, I believe it was on Arsenal, this map. Priestahh goes 10-5, they win the map, and you know, Simp goes 11-5. It's just incredible what this kid is able to do, but 100 Thieves do tie up the series. Moving into the control then, 100 Thieves win that one as well, and this is when I thought, okay, maybe we're going to see a second best of 5 here. Maybe we're going to see kind of what a lot of us all wanted to see, you know, champs to go out with a bang. Might not be another world championship, of course, as I said, because it's possible that next season it'll be largely league based, which means that we're going to have it's going to be like stages and then playoffs, maybe like 4 of them like they do in Overwatch. I don't know what's going to happen, but there might not be another champ, so it was we were kind of all looking for that second best of 5, but it was still a fantastic series in the end. 100 Thieves win the control in a great fashion. Really close rounds here at the end, a couple of like 1v1s and stuff. Octane was just absolutely crushing fools all this map. We have this nice little thing from Control: win rate, A caps, B caps, defense wins, etc. If you guys just want to have a stare at this nice little graph. Then map number 4. This is where I thought the series was over, but of course I was definitely going to be mistaken, because 100 Thieves had a couple of great starts and great leads in this game. They went up 50 points early on, then on the 7th hill they went up by another like 60 points, and at this point you're thinking, damn, 100 Thieves are about to take it. But eUnited did the same thing they did on this Arsenal hardpoint as they did to Evil Geniuses earlier on in the tournament, bringing the comeback and winning the map 4. This time it wasn't quite as close in the end. eUnited closed it out almost kind of comfortably to take it to a game 5 where they would end up winning it. These are the points per hill. Look at this on the 3rd hill, like eUnited crushing them, and this is the points timeline. As you can see, 100 Thieves in the lead for a fair little bit of it, but eUnited came storming back at the end to take the series all the way to a game 5, and this is how it went down. First bloods on either side, but 6-4 to eUnited in the end. They win the World Championship. Just an incredible performance. All of these guys, apart from Clayster, are new to World Championship glory. He gets his 2nd ring all the way since back in Advanced Warfare so many years ago. So happy for Arstees and Priestahh, especially. They're twins. The twins, they've gone through it all. They seem like great guys from my experience. I'm super happy they ended up winning the World Championship. And yeah, Abizi and Simp are just, well, I mean, what can you say about these guys? Just been phenomenal all weekend. Simp gets the MVP. 100 Thieves, commiserations to them. Kenny and Enable in their 2nd back-to-back World Championship Grand Final. The day will probably come for Octane and Priestahh. You just never know. And yeah, just 2 of the best teams we've had the entire year. Fitting really that they make the World Championship Grand Final. And this was the series on the whole. 3-2 for eUnited. Just incredible. Abizi honestly could have been arguably MVP of the tournament, because yes, Simp had a lot of the flashy plays, but Abizi has been turning up big time. He was really the hard carry of eUnited before Simp joined, and then ever since then, I guess it is the Tiny Terrors, isn't it? And yeah, Octane with a great series, but at the end of the day, 81 kills over the course of it, but not quite enough. If they'd have taken it to a 2nd best of 5, I feel like I would favour eUnited anyway. It usually works out like that. You can't keep that momentum through losers forever, but they still put up a good show to the 100 Thieves. And there it is, Call of Duty 2019 World League Champions eUnited. Leave all your thoughts on this down below. What an incredible performance from them. Truly just one of the best trophies in esports. One of the last hurrah days in Call of Duty. Probably worth savouring this final moment in traditional Call of Duty as we know it, before what we're going to see next season, because things are going to change drastically. I can assure you of that. I don't know whether it's going to be for better or worse. As of now, we will have to find out ourselves over the next few months. And yeah, this to finish things off though, these are the placings. eUnited number 1, $800,000 for 1st place, significantly more than 100 Thieves, 260k. OpTic, E6, really E6 a great run from them. Units Rec, LG, Enigma, what am I on about? Evil Geniuses, and then we have the rest of the teams here, and of course Gen.G came top 32 as well, which is another team that you wouldn't have expected to not be on this list of top players. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. Leave all your thoughts down below, of course. Congratulations to eUnited. We will see where the future takes us. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you next time.